Good morning and welcome to BJC Halacha A number 2122. Halacha A keeps the Yetzer Hara way, continuing with laws of Hagala kashering utensils, and dedicated in loving memory of Daniella, Tzvi Z'L, Neshama, Aliyah. Okay, bins in which foods are kept all year, right, says the footnote, i.e. hot food. If they're used only for cold food, Hagala is not required. However, they must be cleaned very well or covered before being used for Pesach food. Therefore, drawers and shelves of cabinets, refrigerators, freezers, and the like that are used throughout the year only for cold food may be used for Pesach without Hagala after a thorough cleaning. See Mishnah Berurah. Many people have the custom to cover these even after cleaning them. Okay. So again, bins in which foods are kept all year, and at times super gravy from the pots spill there, require a koshering of lesser intensity, that is, by pouring hot water on them. But it is to be poured only directly from the utensils in which the water was boiled, i.e. a primary vessel. If the water is transferred to a different vessel first, it is not effective. Let's see some footnotes. Since the concern here is that the soup or gravy from the pots may have spilled in the bin, it suffices for the Hagala to be performed by pouring boiling water on it from the primary vessel. This method of Hagala is known as Eroi, pouring. Eroi is effective only for a utensil upon which hot chametz was poured. A utensil that was used for chametz in a primary vessel, such as a ladle, even if the primary vessel was not on the fire when the utensil was put in it, must be koshered in a primary vessel. If, however, one occasionally put a hot piece of chametz directly into the bin, it should be initially koshered with a hot stone. See further in Kitzer. The halachas here are obviously speaking of a bin that is made of a substance for which Hagala is effective, meaning metal, and can be performed without concern of damaging it. If the bin is made of plastic or some other substance, a halachic authority should be consulted. Okay, moving along. There's more. There's so much here going. One should not throw the water, but pour it in a stream. That's Eroi. With regard to the tables, the custom is to intensely heat up stones as well and place them on the table. Afterward, boiling water is poured upon them, and the stones are moved from place to place in a manner that the boiling water reaches the entire surface of the table. Says on the footnotes here, pouring water alone is insufficient since at times a hot piece of chametz may have been placed directly on the table. Now, a utensil that is used in contact with a solid piece of chametz can be halachically equivalent to one used in a primary vessel. Therefore, Eroi, again, which is pouring, which is not as potent and powerful as Hagala in a primary vessel, is not effective. When Hagala is performed with a hot stone, the water may be poured even from a secondary vessel. He says, again, then water is poured upon them. And then we said the boiling water reaches the entire surface of the table. Hagala is effective even if the stones did not touch every single spot of the table, as long as the boiling water directly reaches the entire surface of the table. Afterward, one may even place hot matzah on it. The bins and tables must be scrubbed first and koshered only after a 24-hour period has passed from their last use. Nevertheless, some are accustomed not to use the tables and bins even after koshering, unless a tablecloth or another article is spread upon them. That's usually what we do. Okay, I know it was longer. Sorry, folks. But, and there's more on this, but that's a very important halacha. The sponsor of Yetzer Hara, 36 100 for the gold. Have a great day.